This is the Anna's Blue Blossom DIY miniature house kit from Cutebee. It is a great kit for creating these miniatures, and my daughter absolutely loves putting these together. This one has a difficulty of 2 out of 5, which we found to be true. It is made for people that are 14 years up. It has an LED light in it, so it does light up. The kit contains almost everything you need. You do need two AAA batteries in order for the lights to work. And then you also need some glue and tools. Although my daughter didn't find tools were necessary, but she did find glue handy for gluing the flowers in the pots at one point when she was constructing. Now it comes with some acrylic flowers. It comes with these flowers as well to put in the pots. There is a little nail file for filing down edges after you take them out, as well as some glue dots or foam pads. These pieces for constructing are made out of a nice thin wood. They're pre-printed and everything is labeled really, really well. These pieces here are stickers to go on some of the elements while you're constructing them. I almost was peeling them off and I figured I should just leave them alone, but they're to add printed elements to different pieces. There is a full instruction book that takes you through the entire project step by step. So I love the fact that it has everything step by step. You don't need to figure everything out, and they were really easy to follow. My daughter put this together and found that it was nice and easy to follow. The little pieces click together really, really well. The kit says that it takes about 3 to 5 hours, and we found that to be true. My daughter took breaks in between putting this together. She is 24 for reference, so she just enjoyed her time putting it together and really enjoyed the whole process. There's so much detail in here. I was amazed watching her put it together at how much detail there was in this shop. So here are the little wooden pieces. Like I said, every piece is labeled, so it's really easy to know exactly which piece you're needing. And for a few pieces, there are a few extra pieces that are labeled in red, so you know that they are extras and not to be used in the main construction. These pieces come out of this wood really, really easy, so you don't have to fight with them to get them out. I try one in just a second here and find that they are nice and easy to put together. And like I said, there is a file if you feel that you need to file something down, but she didn't feel that she needed it at all, and I didn't feel that there was any sharp edges. When I tested to see how easy these pieces came out, I didn't find that there was any edges that I felt needed to be filed down. So it's up to you whether you use that or not. It's always nice that it's included if you feel like you do need it. As you're working your way through the book, the diagrams are in color. They show you the exact pieces that you need with their labels on them and how they are put together. So there's not a lot of guesswork in here. It's just you follow the instructions and go from step 1 to the end. They snap into place really, really easily, and my daughter said that she had no problems snapping them into place, and they were nice and secure once they were put in place. She put together a lot of the inside pieces as she was working through the instructions, and then once you get to the end, that's when you start constructing the outside part. This is part of the City Walk series, and there are 4 different pieces in that series. Now, you could use all of them together or put all of them together, or you can have just one. You don't necessarily need all of them, but if you do have all of them, you can actually stack them up together to kind of create a 4-plex, if you will, of these buildings. And if the other ones are anything like this one, I'm sure they have a ton of detail to them as well. So once she was finished with the inside bits, it was time to start putting the building together. And again, everything is instructed. You know exactly which piece goes where and how to put it there because it shows you that in the colored instructions. And I love the fact that they are colored. It makes it a lot easier to follow through and follow those directions. Here are some of those flower pots. They have just so much dimension to them. When it comes to putting the little plastic flowers in the pots, that's where my daughter found that the glue was handy. And it does indicate that in the instructions that glue is recommended there. That's one of the things that is not included. And I don't think it necessarily matters what type of glue that you use, but you do want to give it some time to completely dry. Here is the inner part of the shop. And again, look at how much detail there is in here. Those little acrylic pieces are for the windows and the doors, and they're just a great touch. It does make it a little bit harder for filming because you get a bit of a reflection to it, but it makes it look a lot more realistic by having those windows in on the outside pieces as well as in the door. And that door opens and closes, which I think is a really great feature as well. Here she has almost finished here. She's just assembling or adding the little doormat, and that was another piece that she found that she needed the glue in order for that to stay in place. And that is one of the last steps before attaching the battery pack for the lights. So she put in the batteries into the battery pack, and it's always a great idea to test everything first before you put the battery pack inside its hole. And I love the fact that there's a little hiding place for that pack. The on-off switch is just inside that door, so you open it up and it has a little icon there that shows you that's where the on-off button is. And just look at all of that detail in that shop. It is absolutely adorable, and there's just so many things to look at and to see. She loved putting this together. She really enjoys this type of thing, especially when the instructions are clear and especially when it's just following everything step by step. Once she knew that everything was attached properly, she can put that little battery pack in the hole that it's meant to fit in. It fits in nice and snugly. She took a minute to get the little wires in there, but she did eventually get them in there. And then once again, after everything's in there, test it out once again to make sure that everything is working properly. And here is the final result. Like I said, there are 4 different things in this series. You can put them all together or you can leave them separately. She had so much fun putting this together and was really pleased with the results. She loved how easy those instructions were to follow, as well as the details that are in here. She has put together a lot of these things in the last couple of years and really enjoyed putting this one together. Love the detail and dimension to it. Thank you so much to Cutebee for sending this to us for her to assemble and to share with you.